What's up, guys? You already know what it is. It's your boy Westbrook in the studio. Yeah. Peace. So this video was requested by a few people, so I wanted to talk about 5 tips and tricks that I use while using the SPIRE Studio. Some of these things you might know already, some of these things might be new to you, and some of them are just pretty dang on cool. This video is going to be part 1 of a ongoing series because of the fact that they completely update the SPIRE Studio so often. So as many times as I can come to you guys with these 5 tips and tricks that I use when using the SPIRE Studio, I will. I'll also give you 5 tips and tricks of some things that I might not necessarily do, but in this video I'm going to be talking about 5 tips and tricks that I use personally every day when using the SPIRE Studio. Let's go to the intro, then let's jump right into the video. No matter what people say, always figure it out for yourself.
I know you said you wait for me, but lately I've been running. You telling me I'm perfect, or what you see is what I'm really showing. I've been on the road. I got some petty dough. I got way too focused.
I got blueberry muffin stuck in my teeth. Please forgive me.
To your text, I use just emojis, cause when you get up in your feelings, that energy be so in motion. Pharaoh said, teach the queens. You got it and they want it, but I'm passing out the tidbits.
Tip number 5, we're going to talk about Soundcheck. Soundcheck is crucial when it comes to getting a crispy recording and making yourself sound like you are in a studio when you might just be in your bathroom. I use Soundcheck a few different ways. If I'm in a space that is wide open, when I do my Soundcheck, I'll make sure that I'm closer to the microphone so that it picks up nothing that's behind me and everything that's coming from my mouth and going into the microphone. Another way I use Soundcheck is, if you've seen one of my previous videos where I built a studio in a box using a Husky toolbox and some studio foam that I got from Guitar Center, I would probably distance myself a little bit, especially if I'm making a high energy track, in order to keep the audio from peaking. This is a good way to make sure you get a clean, crisp recording and make sure none of your lyrics are blown out or distorted, unless that's the sound you're going for. But I would recommend using the distortion feature versus distorting your sounds while you're recording. Soundcheck has also updated itself in a number of ways. When I first got the SPIRE Studio, Soundcheck only picked up the loudness or the quietness of a vocal. Now, Soundcheck is able to detect what type of vocal and or instrument is being played into the SPIRE at that time, which is going to give you a more refined sound check, and it's going to either compress or expand your sound in order to fit whatever it is that you're trying to create. You can tweak this as well. All you have to do is just click the other option down below and it'll take you to a myriad of options that you can switch to get that right sound check. Tip number 4, let's talk about how often the SPIRE Studio updates. The SPIRE Studio updates very often. When I first got the SPIRE Studio, when it first came out, when it originally came out in 2016 or 2017, it could only record and put specific plugins on your voice like reverb and distortion. There was not too many things that it can do between the lines to help you get a better sound. So I used it, but I did not use it often, or I found myself exporting to Pro Tools to get a better sound, or any digital audio workstation that was available to me at the time. Now that it's 2020, the SPIRE Studio has completely changed the way I record music. The only way I record music nowadays is using the SPIRE Studio. I use Pro Tools sometimes, but not often. The SPIRE Studio has added in-depth mixing, which we'll talk about later on in the video, and mastering as well, which we'll talk about later on in the video as well. And the mastering feature is unlike anything I've ever heard before. I'm not just saying that because I really like the product. I'm saying that because if you've ever dove into a digital audio workstation for somebody who's just starting out, it can be a lot of intimidation going on. I happen to went to school for it, so even though I know how to use it, I also understand and can hear what I'm trying to get, and the SPIRE Studio provides that with no problem. I was able to FaceTime with iZotope and beta the iZotope SPIRE mastering feature live from my phone using a song that I had previously recorded in my car. So to hear the song come from what it went to what it was, and then to put it out on a project using that beta was awesome. And if you want to know what that song is, it's Pick and Roll featuring Nick Cone. It's going to be on Project Sun, which was released January 2019. Tip number 3, we're going to talk about mixing and mastering, you guys. Mixing and mastering. I said this 1,000 times before. When I first got the SPIRE Studio, it was not as in-depth as it is right now. When it came to mixing, you could only cut from the front to the back. You could delete everything, or you could re-record. Now you can punch in, you can move yourself exactly to where you messed up at. Let's say you messed up. You can move yourself exactly to where that point started and start recording. Also, guys, if you are in the midst of recording and you end up moving yourself back because you keep messing up on that part, the SPIRE Studio will pick up on this and then move you back automatically once you press stop. So that way you can either decide to continue with what you have after playing it back, or go ahead and re-record without having to find that spot every single time that you want to record. This is a great feature because, like I said, when I first started using the SPIRE Studio, it did not do this. It did not allow you to punch in, and it did not remember where you were in the mix when you pressed record to allow you to get the cleanest recording that you possibly could. Inside the mixing feature is also cutting in between the lines. As I mentioned before, you could only cut from the point that you stopped and backwards, or the point that you stopped and forward. You were not able to cut in between the spaces to maybe, let's say somebody came into the room and you heard a door open, but it was in a point of the beat where you were not speaking. So therefore, the SPIRE Studio is picking up every sound instead of the sound that was coming directly into it. At this point, you could go into the finished song, go into the part of the mix where that kick or where that door opening effect or sound is happening, and go in between the spaces to erase it. This was something that you could not do. You would just have to, when the SPIRE originally came out, you would just have to delete everything after the door opened, and you would have to re-record the entire verse, which sometimes, if you have been doing this over and over and over again, let's say you had an empty house and you had been working so hard on this and somebody came right through the door as you got your perfect take, you wouldn't, you got all this house noise now, so you obviously won't be able to jump back into recording, and you obviously won't be able to recapture that moment, possibly. So this is a good way to just clean up your mix and just make sure that everything sounds crisp. Inside of tip number 3, let's talk about mastering. iZotope has turned mastering into this click of a button type of deal, right? So basically with mastering, all you want to do is dial in the warmth or the aggressiveness, the coolness or the aggressiveness of a song in order to calculate how your vocals might pop out, or how the beat might pop out versus your vocals, or how everything will blend properly. And this is a feature that I use very, very often. Now, I wouldn't recommend using the mastering feature if you don't have a clean recording. What you want to do is make sure that you use layers to get that real rich feel from your music, and also make sure that you get a good clean recording. If you have a lot of background noise, or if your recording is extra distorted in any type of way or flooded out in any type of way, the song just won't sound good. So make sure you get the best recording you can possibly get, and I do this by using my SPIRE Studio in a box. I've also done this by simply relaxing. A lot of times, like when I recorded Changes, I had just got back from dropping off some groceries, and I just laid on my bed and recorded a song that I wrote while I was shopping for groceries with my family. So a lot of the times you can get the sound that you're looking for based off of the environment that you're in, but you just want to make sure before you click master, or before you share it with the world thinking that it's the master version, that it's actually the best song that you want to put forward. Now, some songs of mine I have not used this feature, but I still released because I like the demo aspect of some songs, and some songs I have put forward using the full power of the master, and I know and I feel in my bones that I got the best mix and master that I could possibly get. Tip number 2, we're going to talk about punching in. I like punching in. This is a tip and a trick. So if you want to punch in on the SPIRE Studio, let's say you did a whole entire verse, but you hear some subtle fall-offs in your presentation, or you hear some mumbles where you wish you would have pronunciated better. This is the perfect way, like I said, to just jump right back in, fix the part that you didn't like, and move on with the song. This is something that everybody does when they record on digital audio workstations, and now this is something that you can do using the SPIRE Studio. All you have to do is go back to that area where you messed up at, press record, jump right in, and when you hold down on the slider, you will see that it zooms in so you can drop yourself exactly where you need to be. This is crucial to make sure that you don't get any extra clips in your audio or any popping noise or anything like that. This feature was not available when the SPIRE Studio first came out, being as though it's so many years later and they constantly update. This is something that we can all enjoy, and we can all make sure we get a great recording when we use the SPIRE Studio. Alright guys, and this leads us to tip number 1. Tip number 1 is more so a trick, and it's something I discovered when I was just using the SPIRE Studio. As you know, the SPIRE Studio does a myriad of colors when you start to record on different layers and different tracks. But let's say that you got your phone out of reach, or you are using your phone to spit your lyrics and you're recording your song just off the SPIRE Studio without the app attached, or even with the app attached and your phone is out of reach. What you can do is, you guys, you can tap on a specific color to jump you to a different track. So this is crucial if you hear something that you don't like in the mix, if you stopped your recording and it created another track and you want to go back to the track and record on the previous track, which the SPIRE Studio will remember when you stop the file and recording after that. Also, this is also cool when you want to just jump around in the song to see what else you can add. Maybe this layer might not be full, so you can just jump back and forth to fill in some blanks. Another cool thing is if you hold down the colors on the interface, it will mute that specific audio track. Then you can hold it again to unmute that track. So as well as tapping through to change tracks, you can also mute tracks that might be distracting or you might want to omit from the overall recording. Alright guys, so that was my 5 tips and tricks when it comes to using the SPIRE Studio Part 1. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, check out all of my music on any platform. I just got 160 songs on Pandora recently, so check that video out as well. And check out all of my live with the SPIRE Studio videos so you can hear just how I sound when I'm not using any extra whoop-de-whoop. You already know what it is. It's your boy, Westbrook in the studio. Yeah. Peace.